as part of a process to figure out how we could improve some of the functions that our customer service team does. So what we did is we have 3 different teams in World Vision UK that respond to customer emails, and they're all in different departments, but we have 3 of them, and we brought them all together to look at a common process and identify where we could make some improvements in it, see what we could do. And it was a very interesting and very enlightening, but also a lot of fun week. So,
And were you the leader of that?
Yeah, so we didn't define a leader before we came to the Kaizen, but as part of the process, when we did our project charter and our project proposal, I sort of quite naturally came forward and said I wanted to be the leader because customer service is a key part of my job, and I manage one of the teams, the biggest team in there, so I just wanted to make sure that we were all aligned with what we were doing.
Oh, nice. What about, I heard you achieved some great results. Can you walk us through some of the results you achieved, whether quantitative and qualitative results?
Yeah, so when we did our current state mapping and we identified that the 3 teams that we had all had slightly different processes for how we were doing emails. So that was a bit of an eye-opener. And then when we did our waste and value adding activities alongside that, we realised there was a lot of savings and there was a high proportion of non-value added time that we were taking. So particularly wait time when tasks were being transferred from one team to another whilst we try to find answers. So we identified that our overall lead time, processing time from start to finish, from what our customer wanted to meeting that need, was really inconsistent across the 3 teams. So the time took too long, but also the quality of what was going out to our supporters was not consistent across the 3 teams either. So as a result of mapping out where our waste was and where our value was, and looking at our CTQ table to see what was important to our customer, we knew what we wanted to focus on. So we knew we needed to bring the time down, the overall time down, and we knew we needed to improve consistency and quality of end product to our supporters. So it was hard work, and we identified about 6-7 good areas where we could implement changes straight away. One of them was eliminating a couple of unnecessary steps. So previously somewhere the emails that we were going to send out went somewhere for authorization, and we stopped that. So we eliminated that process. We looked at how we could bring consistency to all what our teams were doing by making sure that everyone had the right level of training and knew what we were talking about, so everything was on brand and we had the right tone of voice for all of our supporters. We looked at what are the most common things that our supporters were coming to us and asking us, and we looked at creating some templates and updating templates on the system, which made it much quicker for our teams to get back. We did a lot of work around campaign preparation so that we were prepared for what was going in and out at different times of the year. So with birthday cards, we knew we get a lot of questions that were the same. So we did all of this. We did this over a 3 to 6 month period, and what we saw was within a 4-month period, we saw our 24-hour response rate, which is when a supporter contacted us with a query, we aimed to get back to them with their response within 24 hours. Back in June, we were probably, I've got the figures, we were achieving 38% within 24 hours, which is really low. Sometimes in the year it was even worse. What we managed to do within a 4-month period was double that, so that we were getting more like a 65% response within 24 hours. So we made some really good time savings. By identifying and removing unnecessary tasks, we identified a saving of 31 man hours a week, which helped us to reduce headcount and reassign some things that our team members were doing to other areas as well. And we looked at having a benchmarked and KPIs that we would be achieving together, so set KPIs across all 3 teams, so we're all working towards the same goals. So within 4 months we saw some really good results, which helped encourage us. And then moving forward, so we're nearly 18 months, 2 years on from the process now, and now we've been hitting 84% of emails go out within 24 hours. So we made changes and we've been able to sustain those changes despite the fact that our volume that we've had coming in hasn't really changed. So we're working much more efficiently and much more effectively as a team, which is great. It's really encouraging.
Thank you.
Right.